Alright, we're back reacting to videos. This is my third time trying to record this because I keep either deleting the video or my mic decides to not work. So we're back reacting again. Another Odada Jump video. Go sub to him because, yeah, you should sub to him. We're watching the greatest pass in road racing history. I literally just watched this, so I'll try and give the best reaction I can possibly give.
The date is January 4th, 2025. The NRRA Canadian Tire Series is ready to begin its third season in the league. 4 cars are ready to participate.
I was not here yet, but this was a very boring race from what I've seen of it.
Oda, Sammy, Wow, Fish, Lil Dave, and yours truly, Soaring. Soaring in the 97, Max
Oh
Wellington
yeah, they tried pacing. You can see how it ended up. They're wrecking on the pacing. It's bad.
Motorsports has had a pretty good run this race. He has led a lot of laps, and in the last lap, it was just clean air and Oda sniffing his bumper. Since
Yep.
Oda had no help, he couldn't get any run on him. All Soaring had to do was cruise to the finish, winning on his debut race. This race would begin his NRA career and his journey.
Somehow this race got beat for the most boring race and worst race in history the exact next season. Season 4 Daytona D2 was not good, and we are not going to talk about it.
7 will win the inaugural Daytona race for D2 here today at Daytona.
Owner of Max Wellington Motorsports,
Waxwell
Rover would take note of this and promote him up into full-time D1 seat at race 5 of the D1, kickstarting his D1 career. Thankfully, after the disastrous Daytona 500, he would go on to win Kansas.
He didn't win Kansas, he won at Bristol because he beat me out in a photo finish. Happy won Kansas in the 16 Subway car.
Which was also his D1 debut. You know, this driver is surely going to be good. He locked himself into the playoffs from this race, and it was all calm until the playoffs. Max Wellington had also announced that they wouldn't exist anymore and
Yay, Rover to ECR, yay!
would be sold to Soaring himself.
Yeah, and then Soaring changed his team like 3 times.
So the pressure was on to bring back glory to Maxwell for the last time coming into these last few races. Darlington.
Darlington.
What a race. It started
was.
off calm, mainly green, while everybody was leading.
We wrecked probably like 7 times. It was not a calm race. There was wrecks everywhere.
Besides Dega. After one controversial finish, Race Control decided to redo the finish. The next overtime, Red Font absolutely dumped Soaring for the win, who was then parked.
The 24 red font. Oh my gosh. As I'm recording this about a week ago, the second race of season 7, I wasn't there, but I was watching. Red font, the 24, he decided to make his own team and go part-time because he needed a ride, so he just made his own team. He won at Richmond because of stuff like this. He didn't deserve the win. Let's just say he was wall riding and intentionally wrecking leaders. He did that to my sub about 3 times.
The next restart, we finally had a good finish. That was
Dude, this was such a good finish. Soaring did exactly what he needed to do to have a shot at the win, and I backed it down enough where I didn't get into the wall and slow down too much. I got really lucky at this race.
actually good, but Soaring was barely edged out by B-Dog.
Bro, you can barely hear while Oda's talking. You just hear little Dave complaining, which is funny to me.
Finish at the line, come on!
But yes, one of the best finishes
At Chicago, the second
of
race
last
of the
season.
playoffs, Soaring and B-Dog and even Smile very early on were back in the field. King Sub Smile was also on the occasion, as I just said. In the end, Smile, King Sub, ended up
The newest full-time ECR driver.
winning after B-Dog had to do a driver stop with Tanuki.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I win this race by a mile. if I don't have to leave mid-race. But, you know, yeah. Still won the championship.
Goes down the front stretch. The 9 car of Gigatronics driven by Smile will win it here at the Grand Park 55
Smile's going to be
Chicago Street
so good
Course.
in Season 7.
After
I'm
this,
telling it. I'm
Soren
calling it
was
right
at
now.
huge risk. If V-Dog or King wins the next race, then he loses since Dega and Rover have more points than Soren. If Dave, if Dave,
Nice.
if Dave, Dega, or Happy or Rover wins, then the same thing happens.
Not
This
really.
is now basically a must-win situation for Soaring at Martinsville.
I don't know why Oda calls it a must-win. It really wasn't. Soaring would have had to get last, and someone like Happy would have had to win with Dega getting like second, or Dave.
The green flag waves at Martinsville, kickstarting the competition. A couple of cautions happened later, a few of them with Soaring in them. On lap 50, literally
El Dega.
anybody could win this
Sorry, don't fire me.
race besides Happy, as they all sniffed the front. As we enter the last 20 laps, Soaring leads. He stays in the lead for quite a while, also while Happy parks it. The more you know.
Yeah, Happy parked it because he was having troubles on mobile. And little did we know, mobile was the whole reason why this game would lag.
With 10 to go, Dave takes the lead. Then he would spin out the next lap.
Amazing cut.
B-Dog and Soaring continue to battle until disaster strikes. Soaring hits a bump in the wall, collecting Dagatona into it too.
So this sort of was bad for Soaring. It was worse for Dega, because Dega gets involved in this. He's in last place now, and Little Dave's in second. The big thing that was happening at this race for who would make playoffs, Soaring was going to get in. He was like 7 or 8 points ahead in playoff points than fourth place, which I think was Dega at the time. And yeah, that's why I say it wasn't really a must-win for him. But it was more so who would get the final spot in the Champ 4, Dega or Dave, because they were separated by a point coming into this.
Remember, this is a must-win situation, and he
It's not.
is basically dead last.
Yeah.
Soaring has to climb his way back into the leading areas as Dave, Soaring, and B-Dog chases glory. With 2 to go, Soaring is in
Well, yeah, Dave's trying to lock himself into the Champ 4. Meanwhile, this guy,
P2
whatever.
and doesn't
Me,
make the
Soaring, and
move
King are
on 1
basically
and
in.
2. But on 3 and 4, he makes the move.
Dude,
He
huge
gets side
send.
by side with Dave as we
Slide
go
job
right.
at Martinsville.
King is also on the occasion too in turn 1. B-Dog
I
moves
lay a beautiful bump and run on Little Dave.
Dave out of the way, meaning Soaring would be shuffled up. He would be sent back to P3. What was Soaring thinking at this moment?
Win the race, do something for Rover in his last race.
Glory? Final 4 spot? Maxwell's last ride? He was thinking of all.
They come down to the line.
Here they come now!
Oh my God, he's dead.
Dude, this move was... The more I looked at it after the race, the more I realized it was more of King in the wrong. When that move happened in real time, I was like, that's a dirty move on Soaring. He wrecked King and then sent it on me and Dave. But the more I look at it, Soaring did what he had to, and King didn't let off and got wrecked.
Cars wrecking everywhere.
They're all dead.
But here, that actually allowed Dega to get into the playoffs, into the Final Four actually, instead of Little Dave.
Soaring to the line. He's gonna win it here at Martinsville.
Fittingly enough, if Soaring doesn't wreck King there and collect others, Dega finishes 2 positions behind Little Dave and does not make the playoffs, the Final Four, and Little Dave's in the Final Four instead.
People don't know how crucial this was. If Soaring didn't make this move, Soaring would have never made the Final 4.
Replace that with Dega would have never made the Final Four.
No final attempt for Maxwell. No nothing. King also had to try, and if Soaring doesn't do that, King would have won his second race in the playoffs.
Technically, but no, not in my mind.
Soaring had done it. And the amount of skill it takes to break and knowing what to break is absurd.
It's almost like we do that every race for like 50 laps, almost an hour long.
I know it was kind of like a kamikaze, but still, that still requires a lot of skill.
It was very reminiscent of the Honey Badger of F1.
He ended up finishing P3 in the championship, but that doesn't really matter. People
Hee, I win. No, well, I won't gloat too much more.
mainly remember the 2022 Ross Chastain with his wall ride, not the Champ 4, which is why I made this video.
That is a very good comparison. When you ask, oh, do you remember Chastain in the Final Four? Everyone's going to say, oh yeah, because he did the wall ride in Martinsville. None of them will mention how he did at Phoenix. Because that move was just so big. Soaring, very good comparison of that.
There have been many other passes, not better than this one. I chose this one because of the things I said a few seconds ago. This pass was so crucial, and if he didn't do that, Maxwell would be going out without a proper goodbye.
I mean, he still would have made the Final Four, but okay.
Thank you for watching this cinema. Have a great day. Night. Sorry.
Alright, and I'm not continuing the video because he likes to sing some random song. Alright, yeah, he's the new Ellie Productions of NRRA. Go sub to him, sub to me as well. Dylan, the gaming boy, he's streaming as I'm recording this. Go bother him if he's still streaming right now. So, goodbye!